This ain't nobody but myself, most these niggas blind. Beat a nigga ass for disrespect to get his ass in line. Yeah, trying to slow the mind. When the water start to calm.
Yo, Sam be going crazy on y'all, dog. Hey, he don't hold no punches. He don't care if you Muslim, Hebrew. Yo, hey. He going there, y'all. Y'all already know my style. I ain't gonna ramble. We gonna go ahead on here. What you talking about, man? Let's go hear some of this truth, bro.
I had a question because I called into a Jay Dyer stream and I was arguing with him for the Protestant stance, and he wasn't able to deal with my on Sola Scriptura.
Oh, here we go again. Here goes a guy who's trying to pretend to be humble, but he's arrogant, full of himself. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to get your opinion on the because he sees it.
You already came here attacking Jay Dyer, who's not here to answer your charge, whether you're lying about him or that in your own warped mind you think he couldn't answer you, and you don't want me to go for your juggler. But go ahead. Let's see how you're gonna do.
No, I just wanted to get your opinion on because I presented a divine artifact presentation regarding the canon of Scripture, and
James White's argument from Sola Scriptura, which I read. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, have you looked deeply into that subject, or you kind of
No, actually, I looked deep enough that I'm with it. But go ahead, make your case.
Yeah. So why is it insufficient? So wait, let me just ask you this first. Do you not subscribe to that?
Don't worry about what I subscribe to because I want to put holes in the narrative. Go ahead.
Yeah, so is the divine artifact, the Bible, being something that is passively recognized?
Where did you get the word divine artifact from?
It's a description of what happened in history.
Okay, now, is that description that you're giving me consistent with Sola Scriptura? If so, show me the scriptures that confirm your use of a term in order to beg the question that the canon, because it is a divine artifact, meaning if God inspires Scripture, then by the very nature of inspiration, he's creating a canon, which doesn't solve the issue. How do we then discover the canon? But go ahead.
Well, that's why, because we got to look at it from God's perspective. We got to look at it.
Are you a prophet? Does God appear to you in dreams and visions? Do you have a hotline to talk to God? Say, hey, God, yes, I want to look at it from your perspective.
No, I'm saying just philosophically, like if we just think about.
Well, how are you going to demonstrate it in actual time and space? Because you can theorize all you want. I want to know how in actual time and space, I know what the canon is because the canon is given for the edification of the church. So now how do you know what the canon is that God created when he inspired one book and not other books?
See, I'm glad you asked that. So this is what I presented him, and it didn't seem good for him.
Yeah.
We see in the Old Testament, and this is a fact, in the Old Testament, in the time of Israel when they had the temple, what books were laid up in the temple?
What evidence do you have for what books were laid up in the temple?
I'm glad you asked that as well, because this is what I brought up. There's a first century historian named Josephus.
And have you watched the session that destroys your argument about Josephus, or you're parenting James White like an idiot?
I didn't watch your session, no.
Yeah. So why don't you go listen to the session, Gary Machuda, who destroys the argument because you're quoting Josephus selectively from one writing and out of context. Because when he limits the canon, he's actually addressing the issue of the Greeks and their claim of their writing superior history to that of the Jews. So this is what happens when you selectively read sources that you think support your position without going and hearing the other side that demolishes James White's arguments. So,
well, it's not just his. It's not just his.
Yeah, it is. It's Roger Beckman.
This is a historical.
What is not, sir? Can you give me the references from Josephus where he talks about the scriptures in all of his writings instead of that one that you parroted from Roger Beckwith, which you got through James White?
Yeah.
Why would I need more than his reference?
Because you need to get lost because you're parroting an argument that was demolished. Did you watch the session?
No, I'll check it out. I'm not saying
go check it out. Take a hike. How about that?
Well, come back so I can
go
out there straight. Hey,
I wanted to
get
more into the weeds there on that.
No, I don't actually want to drown you in the weeds. Now, the Dead Sea Scrolls, these Jews,
I got those.
They're in Israel because one of the arguments is there's a Palestinian canon versus the Alexandrian canon that some argue, which again is outdated. It's not true. But these Jews in Israel that went and lived in the Dead Sea, did they know about these books that were locked up in the temple?
Well, we can theorize that they
No,
didn't
you don't need to
because
theorize. There are Jews who lived in the Jerusalem,
Yo,
but broke away
he
from the
hitting me with the
temple because they
haze,
thought the
yo.
Jewish leadership was corrupt.
exactly,
Okay,
they
no, but let
broke
me
away.
understand. They didn't think the temple was corrupt. They thought the Jewish leaders were corrupt. So did they know what canons were in the temple? What books?
Well,
Smart
to
answer.
say yes or no would be
Okay, why
you
don't you
know.
get out of here if you can't answer? Let me
Well,
try it
well,
again.
well, well.
I'm going to give you a second chance. They didn't break away from the temple because they thought the temple was corrupt. They broke away because the leadership was corrupt, but the fact would still remain that whatever in the temple they would honor. So did they know what books were stored in the temple?
I would say yeah.
Okay, so why do they have Tobit, Sirach, and Epistle of Jeremiah and Enoch?
Well, that's the thing. So if
What's
we
the
look
thing?
at no, that's actually the thing because if we look at the different scrolls that were contained in the Dead Sea, in the caves of Qumran, etc.,
Yeah.
they weren't just biblical books. They had
How do you
other.
know which books are biblical? You're not answering the question.
It's
How do I
no,
know which books are
How do you
biblical?
know which
it's
one
no
of the
way you
books
can answer that, bro.
they deem to be canonical and not?
Well, that's why I'm not appealing to a fringe group that lives in the desert. I'm appealing to the
Who
temple.
told you they're a fringe group?
They were living in the wilderness.
So let's appeal to the Sadducees.
Okay.
See, because you're telling me they're a fringe group when you only have the Herodians, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and
Yeah.
the Essenes, whom people believe, or the people in the Dead Sea. So now, since you're not going to go with the Sadducees, they're a fringe group and they only accepted 5 books. You're left with the Pharisees, but you don't know
Well,
what
the Sadducees only accepted the 5 books because that's all they needed for the temple service.
Okay, so now show me any references that they accepted more than the 5 books.
Oh no, the Sadducees? No.
So stop cutting me off and trying to pontificate and sound you're intelligent. Let's come back to the point. Let me listen to me carefully before I send you packing. The only other group that you have that you think is not fringe is the Pharisees. What information do you have that the Pharisees' canon is limited to 39 Old Testament books?
Because when you look at the discussions in the Talmud or the
The
so-called
Talmud,
council.
which comes centuries later,
The
you want to now read back
Talmud.
into the 1st century, you're going to have to do better than that.
Well,
What
no,
you
there's one more
tripping,
there's one more
dog.
witness. There's another
Give me
witness.
the other witness.
The other witness is the so-called Council of Jamnia, which was
There was no Council of Jamnia, even though
What do you
call
mean?
it a so-called. There wasn't a council. And Yonan and Ben Sakai also, in that council, what were they disputing?
The Christians
The,
and their canon.
what
Because
were
they
the
were
books? Were they also disputing the canonicity of what they call
dog. He
the
about to knock you out,
5
bro.
books?
He
Proverbs,
about to knock you out, dog.
Ezekiel.
Right,
He
because
about
they
to get you
were
up
they
out of here.
were
About to
Well,
get you
what list
packing.
of
He
books
about
do they
to
have
he
at that
about to pack
Jamnia?
you up. He
Which
about
books?
to pack you
Yeah.
up, yo.
List all the books.
The Protestant
That's
canon, the Old
crazy.
Testament.
Give me the
Sam.
reference
You
they
can't be
mention
packing
only
them
the
up like
Protestant,
that,
the 39 Old Testament books.
Well, we know it because they rejected
No, we
the
don't
not
know
apocryphal.
it. Give me the
at this
reference.
I don't have it on me, but
Yeah,
I
so
know.
that's why. Go listen to Gary Machuda. Come back so I can school you more. I know
Okay,
you thought
can I
you're
ask you
smart.
Can I ask
No,
you one
you
more
can't ask
question?
anything. Get out of here, dude, because you even came here with your arrogant, snotty attitude putting down Jay Dyer.
No, I'm just saying he was scared. He couldn't answer my question.
He was scared, but you're barking like a dog. You see? 2 can play that game. Get out of here, dude.
Well, I just want to.
Get up.
Yo, look. Sam, you can't be doing them like that, dog. You gotta let them eat just a little bit. Just a little bit, man. You be fit. See, God Logic, he let them simmer for a while. He be saying he be chefing it up. He be chefing it up, dog. For you, yo, you in and out, bro. You fast food, dog. Hey, we gonna leave it at that, man. Holla. We're gonna go react to this anyway. This video already started, so we're gonna make another one with this, bro.